Just when you thought they couldn't get more depraved, they somehow managed to get more depraved. First, they celebrated Charlie Kirk's murder.
Charlie Kirk just got shot.
Praised his killer.
We got Charlie and the next. We got Charlie and the next.
Justified his murder by saying he probably deserved it.
I will not ever feel bad when bad people get what the fuck they deserve.
Continued to smear him as an extremist after he was murdered, but apparently that wasn't enough. Now they've launched a mammoth misinformation campaign, asserting that Kirk's killer was actually a Trump-supporting Christian conservative, because that makes perfect sense, doesn't it? Tyler Robinson, massive conservative, staunch Republican, big Trump supporter, decides to publicly assassinate Charlie Kirk, probably the most prominent Trump supporter in America. The man who perhaps over any other was instrumental in getting Trump re-elected. It's so patently fucking ridiculous. You don't think they'd have the brazen temerity to even try it. Oh, but they are. Told you all it was a Trump supporter. Straight cis white guy with conservative gun-loving parents. So Charlie Kirk's killer was a straight white cis Christian male from a Republican family. Wow! Charlie Kirk was killed by Tyler Robinson, a white Christian conservative male. Because nothing screams I'm a Christian conservative Republican Trump supporter than literally engraving Antifa slogans on your bullets.
I think the clearest one that says "catch fascist," there's not, and by the way, that's like catch like a ball, catch this. I think that speaks for itself.
Oh, but there's no theme to the bullet casings.
That there is no really chronic theme.
A transgender furry meme. Hey Bella Ciao, a World War II anti-fascist song beloved by Antifa. There's no theme there though, the motive remains a total mystery. The bullet, hey fascist, catch. The left, this guy was clearly MAGA. MAGA may have been quick to point fingers at the left for Charlie Kirk's death, but Tyler Robinson's grandmother insists that they came from a family of Trump supporters. Tyler Robinson's parents, Matt Robinson and Amber Jones Robinson, are both confirmed to be registered Republicans. Oh, you mean the ones who literally turned him into the authorities? The ones who said he was an extreme leftist who vented his hatred towards conservatives and Kirk at a recent family dinner. Robinson's high school friend said he was a leftist. Pretty left on everything and had recently become more extremist in his leftist views. Another school friend said he was a weird Reddit kid. Reddit being a hysterically far-left forum.
I went to school with this Tyler Robinson kid. I'll show y'all. That's him right there, Tyler Robinson. And the best way I could describe him is just like a Reddit kid.
So who killed Charlie Kirk? A fellow conservative, obviously. They dug up a political donation to the Trump campaign by a totally different dude who happened to share the same name as the killer, then claimed it was the killer. Look, the shooter supported Trump. Now you just doxed some poor innocent guy, putting his life in danger to bolster a completely bogus narrative. Whoops, here's the correction. The correction gets seen by hardly anyone, while the original fake post got tens of millions of views. Total and utter scumbags. I just discovered something wild about stem cells. Stem cells are like tiny repair crews in your body that go out and fix anything that needs fixing. And guess who's been ahead of the curve on this? Joe Rogan. He's been talking about it for years.
I had a full-length rotator cuff tear, and the UFC gave me a doctor in Los Angeles, and he looks at my MRI and goes, "You're gonna need surgery." I go, 100%? He goes, "I don't know how you're using it now. It's a matter of time. You're gonna need surgery, so it might be better to do it now." So I got it shot up with stem cells. And this was the early days of stem cells in America where you could get away with more. That you gotta go to Mexico now again.
But here's the crazy part. Most stem cell therapies are illegal in the US. Not because they're unsafe, not because they don't work, but because they work too well and that threatens big pharma. If you could heal your knees, fix your back or recover from surgery without pills, insurance or endless doctor's visits, what would happen to their profits? The FDA has blocked these treatments. People are forced to go overseas, but just one placenta stem cell injection can cost you $50,000. But here's what most people don't know. There's a natural way to support your own stem cell activity, and it comes from high flavanol cocoa. Harvard scientist Dr. William Lee backs this up.
Studies have been done to show that the flavanols in cocoa stimulate stem cells to come out of your bone marrow like bees in a beehive in your bloodstream, and they go out and they find wherever it needs to be repaired. If it's in your heart, they'll fix it. If it's in your liver, they'll fix it. If it's in your skin, they'll fix it.
That's right, dark chocolate. Flavanols are the good stuff found in cocoa beans, but they're usually destroyed during the chocolate making process. That's where Black Forest Supplements comes in. They've created the first ever high flavanol cocoa powder, packed with everything your body actually needs. And it's only 20 calories. This isn't regular cocoa, it's stem cell fuel. No sugar, at 20 calories, mix it in with coffee or shakes. If you feel old, slow, or just a bit off, your lazy stem cells might be why. But this, it flips the switch. So you can get 40% off for 48 hours only. Link in description or pinned comment down below. Don't miss this one. Oh, but he wore a Trump costume for Halloween in 2017. Must mean he supported Trump. Yeah, he's literally on top of Trump like he's a hunting trophy. And his brother's dressed as a Trump hunter with a target on Trump's face. They're even photoshopping the killer wearing a Trump t-shirt and passing it off as a real image. They're even now claiming Robinson was a groiper. Oh yes, groipers. Not the biggest fans of Jews, are they? So they totally use the word fascist, literally engrave it on the bullet as an insult, wouldn't they? Oh, that makes perfect sense. They'll knowingly perpetuate every ghoulish lie under the sun to gaslight the less well-informed into believing the absolute opposite of reality, to cover up the fact that the killer was manifestly, provably a demented leftist, radicalized by their decade-long rhetorical campaign of dehumanizing everyone who doesn't share their every opinion as a fascist Nazi.
Let me ask you tonight, do you think Donald Trump is a fascist?
Yes, I do.
This is what kicking the shit out of fascism looks like.
Try to prevent the spread of the lawlessness and the fascist chaos that's been unleashed against us.
So when we say Donald Trump is a fascist, fascism, a huge component of fascism is uniting racism, bigotry, a form of racist nationalism.
We are now living in a fascist dictatorship.
We are worried about potential rise of fascism in this country. We're worried about our democracy falling to an authoritarian and potentially fascist form of government.
Not only to roll over to Donald Trump's will, but to roll over our democracy and allow him to take over this country as a fascist dictator.
When fascism isn't just coming, it's already here.
The former chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, Mark Milley, said, "No one has ever been more dangerous to this country than Donald Trump, and he is a fascist to his core."
There are countless people who knew Charlie better than I did, whose tributes are worth way more. Suffice to say, I went to dinner with him twice, once in London and once in DC at CPAC. And my memory of Charlie is of a warm, kind, graceful, charming man. A glimpse of his character reflected by the first message he ever sent to me, simply offering his help and support in any way possible. As a father of a boy who's a similar age to Charlie and his wife's son, it tears me apart inside every time I think of the terror and the trauma that's being inflicted on his children. This depraved sickness of inciting, justifying, and celebrating political violence, violence of any kind, simply because you disagree with the sounds coming out of someone's mouth, must be completely eradicated from society if we're to maintain any kind of humanity as a species, and avoid a descent into animalistic barbarism that results in nothing less than rampant torment, suffering, and evil. Rest in peace, Charlie.
Only in America is it possible to say, you know what, I don't like the way the country is going, and to do something about it. Take that risk. Take that leap of faith. Stay involved. Trust God and act obediently. Romans 12:2 verse. That God will use all things for good for those who love him. It's bigger than you. I want you to remember that. It is bigger than you. It's bigger than me. You aren't here to make somebody else's life better, the pursuit of liberty and freedom. You know what gives me strength? The hundreds of thousands of you that say, Charlie, keep going.
1 Corinthians 5 and 15. So that's all pretty amazing evidence, not just intra-biblical evidence, but extra-biblical evidence that Jesus Christ was a real person. He lived a perfect life. He was crucified, died, and rose on the third day, and he is Lord and God of all.